Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 2 of Direwolf20's FTB Skies Let's Play series. I have sieved a bunch of gravel and all the sand and dust that I had. I am getting more sugarcane, which is cool. And then as I'm getting more sugarcane, I'm planting more sugarcane, which seemed like a smart move on my part. I don't know. We'll see. But, you know, more sugarcane always good. I ate a whole bunch of food because, wow, does this hand crank really wreck your hunger. Like, I've pretty much eaten everything I can eat at this point. I've eaten all my apples, all the stuff except for a few white currants that are left here. I still have these guys that I'm kind of saving in case of emergency, but it's getting close to emergency time. So with that said, we better get progressing today because clearly I have a lot of stuff to get going. So looking at quests, I knocked out the progression quest here, flax and a force pack I get as a reward, which is cool. So this is a neat little backpack. Now is that equipable in some way, shape, or form? It doesn't indicate that it's any kind of thing, but this is an indication that the force mod is in the pack, which is cool. We've played with that one before, and it's a fun one. So good to know there. And is there a hotkey for that? Let's see. Controls, key bindings, category, force. Force belt slots. Open for hotbar, open hotbar, force pack. X? I don't know. Let's see. Controls, keybinds, key X. Creative mode. No, we're not using that. Spell slot. We might want that. Open hotbar. Let's just do a semicolon for now. That way we know it's not conflicting, and then we'll see if that does anything. Does it have to be on my hotbar to open? It does. Okay, so now it opens it up. Okay, meh. We'll see. I'm gonna consider not. I like it when it's on my backpack and I can open it with, like, you know, not on my hotbar. My hotbar is full enough as it is. But if it gets useful, I'll switch it up. I'm not seeing mob spawning on this island, but I'm assuming there's lanterns placed, you know, specifically around different spots to make sure that doesn't happen. So hopefully we'll survive without mob spawning. We'll see. Now we've completed the gravel alloys quest because I sieved up enough iron to get, looks like, 2 and almost 3 ingots. So, but I think those nuggets are going to be used for other things. So first off, I get andesite alloy, some food, which is nice, and some andesite itself, which is also nice. Always welcoming of that. Oh, and it gives me comfort for 3 minutes, whatever comfort is. Meh. And with that done, we can work towards our water wheel, which we'll get 3 more water wheels for making, and some shafts, and a hoglinier, which sounds delicious. He said, lying. The hand crank quickly consumes hunger and is not very engaging either. Let's move on to something more efficient. Water wheels produce rotational force from flowing water. Eventually, you'll be able to make better sources, but that's later. Tip: you can also place water wheels horizontally and let water flow around them. This can be a very easy and efficient method to power many sifters at once. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. Let's give it a shot. So we need a water wheel. I know I've seen Soren many times make water wheels that are laying on the ground. I've never done that route, but maybe we'll try it this time, only because it's new to me, and new is fun. So I thought I got shafts as a reward, but you know what? I should be able to make shafts now because I can do this, right? And not only that, I was given a couple of these as a quest reward, but, you know, there you go. That's cool. So large cogwheel is going to be you, and then water wheel will be you. And that should quest complete. That should quest complete. Do you have another thing that you need to gravel alloys? Yeah, no, we did that already. Maybe I have to place it first? That's possible. Quest complete, rolling on the river. Okay, yeah, I guess you had to place it. Or did that complete before I placed it? It says you can place them horizontally, but I'm not seeing how. Doesn't it say you can place them horizontally? You can place water wheels horizontally and what water flow around them. This can be very easy. Yeah, I guess so. maybe if I place, just for fun, what if I place a hand crank here? Maybe, no, you don't seem to want to, you don't seem to want that to work, do you? No, you do not. What if I did this? Nope, he still does not want that to work. Okay, well then I have no idea how to place it horizontally. Clearly I don't know what I'm doing. I am bad at create sometimes. I try really hard because I like the mod, but I am really bad at some aspects of it for sure. Yeah, he does not want to place horizontally at all. Oh, there we go. Now he did. Maybe you have to be like really, really right above it. Like straight down. That seems to be the trick. I knew I would get it eventually if I kept trying. All right, now I need a bucket, I presume, right? To get water over here. Is there some kind of not iron bucket? There's clay buckets, but I don't know if I found clay yet. Is that something we sieve in waterlogged, dude? Yeah, waterlogged with amethyst or andesite mesh, or mana steel or string mesh. Yeah, so if I waterlogged the thing, then we might be cool. Okay, so we waterlog it. Are you waterlogged technically? Maybe? And then if I did... This could be cool. Okay, now what we likely want to do is something like this. And I'm pretty sure... Hey, look, it's working. Sweet. Okay. Right. That kind of counts, right? Does that work? I think that works. No, I don't want you there. There we go. Cool. Hey, that's cool. All right, and then I should be able to do my cogwheel. Where did you go, little cogwheel? Did I only have one of them? Yeah, I need another one. I'm figuring this out as I go. Oop. Right? Now, we probably want to make sure that this is all, you know, not a thing. So if I do that and I put you here, does that count as being waterlogged? Don't know. I guess I'd like to see... I'm assuming this is, you know, quote-unquote waterlogged. See, I think by doing that, it slowed me down, right? And I don't have a bucket right now, so it's tricky for me to properly mess with this. But at the very least, it's spinning, so that's cool. I guess what we can do is just sieve... How do we get clay again? If I can get a clay bucket, that would be cool. If I can't, then I'll just sieve more gravel until I get enough iron to make an iron bucket. Is that fair? I think that's fair. So it's sand in a string mesh will get me a 60% chance of a clay ball. So let's just, you know... Nice, right? We'll see if it makes sand, or if it makes clay, then we know we did it right. clay, kelp, and seagrass. If it makes sugarcane, it's going wrong. Right? And it's making sugarcane, so that's how we know it's wrong. So we need a way to make you waterlogged. All right, I broke it and replaced it, and now I'm seeing waterlogged true over here, so now I think cool. Now we should be getting clay, in theory. We got kelp, so that works for me. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, perfect. All right, so now if I want a clay bucket, it's 3 clay, and then I can smelt that, and we'll be good. I wonder if tiny coal is in this pack, because that would be great. No, it turns into black dye, which is the opposite of helpful. Not at all something I want. Sweet. We completed a quest for doing that, apparently. Or something. Some kind of quest progress. By the way, you have to click this with an empty hand to get the items out. FYI. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to do this. And this. And let's just do that. It's half an item equals a smelt, right? So 2 sticks equals good to go. Now we can scoop stuff up. Cool, right? All right, so if I did this and I did this, would that be... That's pretty cool. That ain't too shabby, right? That ain't too shabby at all. Nice. All right, so now with that thing, you know, quote-unquote automated, what we can do from here is decide, let's put away some junk, just because inventory is fun. And what we can do now is work towards possibly better meshes. So the andesite mesh. So now what we want to compare is what do we get for andesite mesh versus the other mesh, and do we need both? Or so, and sometimes meshes are like always better, and sometimes they give you different resources, so you want both, right? So let's look at, where is this dude? Oh, that's andesite I'm looking at. Well, there's your problem. All right, let's look at gravel. We'll start with him. And gravel with an andesite mesh gets me all these things. And with a string mesh, yeah, no. Definitely andesite better, right? Andesite way better, so we definitely want an andesite mesh for that. Let's also compare, while we're at it, sand, right? So sand is going to be cocoa beans and sugarcane, as we know. But with an andesite mesh, we don't get cocoa beans, and that's waterlogged. Hold on. So with an andesite mesh, I don't see anything unless you're waterlogged, and then you get some other cool stuff. But so I guess overall better-ish. There's andesite mesh without waterlogging. So sugarcane and cocoa beans still, but now you get quartz, cactus, and bamboo. Okay, cool. So overall better. And now let's confirm what's up with dust. Dust will get me all these cool things with andesite mesh. And without, it's bone meal, gunpowder, and apatite. Bone meal, gunpowder, and apatite. So overall, I think it's safe to say that as you progress up in the meshes, they're always better. So there's no reason to keep an old string mesh around. That's something you want to validate, because other mods, like I said, the string mesh creates some resources, the andesite mesh might have created other resources, and you might want both. So andesite meshes look pretty straightforward to make, and we can totally do that. So how about we get 2 more andesite alloys, and then we do this, and that should be andesite mesh times 4, and we can do that. That works, right? Did you give me? Oh no! Okay, now I got a bucket. And balanced sifting, I got the clay and salt, which is cool. Salt is good. I assume there's a reason I got salt as a quest reward, but I'm maybe not. So getting redstone dust will simply be sieving dust now, right? With an andesite mesh. And then pasture seeds, which can turn dirt into grass. Okay. And then where do we get these from? Just so I'm clear. Dirt. Sieving gets me this and a bunch of other cool stuff. And then, and what do we get here? Ooh, a golden egg for delightful dirt. That's kind of cool. That's a nice reward, because that's going to give me, like, a ridiculous mob farm. Like, tons and tons and tons of passive mobs. Neat. Okay. And then Blazing Dust will get me the path towards the Squeezer, apparently, among other things. So let's get this going. Let's see. Also, you know what I would like to do? Liquid Fire, yes. Material and you. So this is where we'll be able to make, I assume, this is a cobblestone generator, is what I'm going to get from the Pedestals mod. And I really haven't played with Pedestals all that much. I think I've dabbled very briefly with it. So that will probably be fun. So let's do this. Let's get a bunch more of this stuff. And when we come back in a minute, after I do this for a minute or two, we'll get some gravel, sand, and dust. We'll get them all sieving with our new sieves that are all automated and cool. And then we'll be ready to make all those things. Cool? So I'll be back in a minute once I do this for a few and get myself a bunch of dust and gravel and whatnot. I don't even know if I need sand, but at the very least, gravel and dust. Alright, so that should be mostly gravel. We're going to want another one of you, and then you can turn into this for me. Excellent. I haven't looked to see if there's a wand dude yet. We'll figure that out at some point. Actually, no. I wanted 32 of these. That's right. I was like, why do I have... Oh, right. I saved... There you go. Actually, I mathed that wrong, but that's okay. There we go. Cool. Now, in theory, I should be able to do, like, half of these in here, half of these in here, half and half, right? And then that'll be cool. And sand, I don't think I'm in a huge rush to sieve sand, right? Because that'll just get me, like, cactus and quartz. Quartz might be nice to have, but I don't know if I'm in a huge rush to get it. So, really, I wanted to get, you know, metals and dusts. And that's what I'm now getting, courtesy of, look at all that good stuff. Oh my goodness, we're gonna need more, for sure, we're gonna need more storage. For sure. That and a magnet would be nice, I'm just saying. That's a big tree. I like that. Maybe not that big. I thought that was like a huge tree. Okay. So I'll just get myself... Is this in the back? It is! Hooray! For now, we'll just start with two of them, like one for dust and one for metals and whatnot, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'll make you my de facto dusts, and you can be my metals. Is that cool? And then maybe you'll be miscellaneous things that aren't either. Because over here, we've got stuff like that going in. And then I should probably make a create-based chest for anything create-related. And then we'll obviously be doing more stuff, you know, shortly. But for now, this is a good start to just organizing a little bit. Yeah, that works for me. Okay, back in a few once I'm ready and organized more. So these guys are done sieving, which means I can do this. And that's a whole bunch of quests complete. And then you. My goodness, that's a lot of resources. Holy cow, is that a lot of resources? Okay. Usually I reverse these, so I think I should have dusts and gem type things over here. And then anything that's a metal, like lead, tin, osmium, silver, iron, nickel, gold, copper, and zinc can chill in here. And then obviously they need to be processed, but we'll get that all covered shortly, obviously. Yeah. And then nuggets can go over here with the rest of the metals. Sweet. I like that. That is not a bad start. That is cool. That is a good... I think we're in a good place with that. All right, so let's knock out whatever quests we marked complete as a result of doing that. So, hey, I got a redstone lantern, placeable on walls, industrial decor. Oh, that's neat. I like that. This would be cool for like a factory type, setup. Nice. I like that. That's cool looking. All right, and a little extra dust. Never hurt nobody's. Maybe I should just do the pasture seeds thing real quick. So that is dirt in a andesite mesh with a 15% chance. I got a bunch of dirt, right? So I could get a bunch of seeds with this. So why don't I do that? All right, so we got all kinds of goodies here. Sweet. I'm debating whether they should get their own chest. Maybe, maybe not. You're mostly... So andesite and diorite chunks. Well, that's kind of neat to know that that's where that comes from. The pasture seeds, mycelium spores. All right, we can get mycelium with that. And then tomatoes, beetroot, cabbage, and tough chunk. Does that make just... Yeah, it just makes tough. Okay. Nifty. So you know what? You guys can live in here with my other chunks. How's that sound? For now, at least, right? This is all, of course, super temporary. Super temporary. He says as episode 25 rolls around, and it's exactly the same. Hey, it's me. You guys know what to expect by now, right? So with that done, we get the golden egg, which I'm not going to use just yet. I'm going to hold off on that, because what that's going to do is create a 5x5 area with a bunch of passive mobs that spawn. Like, a lot. It's like Cursed Earth, but for cows and sheep and stuff. And what I'm going to want to do is build a room for that to live in. So let's definitely store that in our fancy gilded chest over here. Where all my other fancy stuff is. But I do like the Silk Touch mending tool that I got. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. All right, now with this covered, we can move and check out Blaze. We got, a bunch of dust, which is nice. Is there anything to do with dust besides sift it? The answer is no. And as a result, I will then be sifting my dust. So how about we do this? You ready? Doink. Haha. And at some point soon, we'll do some kind of like balancing and whatnot to automate that happening. But it's a good start. Now we can get into this guy, Milking Fire. The squeezer squeezes fluids out of items. To do so, place an item inside and then repeatedly jump on until it's done. Yeah, it's the integrated dynamic squeezer. Nice. This fluid is pushed into a tank on either side of the squeezer. If it isn't drained, you can squeeze another item. Reset the squeezer with a redstone signal. Notably, you can squeeze blaze powder into lava. Okay, well that's cool. So in order for this to work, we're going to need a bunch of iron. And I can only assume that we don't have anything that do we have a crushing wheel kind of mechanic just yet? Let's see what happens. So this would give me crushed iron and experience. So that is a 1-to-1, right? That is not at all boosting the amount of crushed iron ore we get. Now I think eventually what I can do is take this, and that's also 1-to-1. But we could wash it, and we occasionally get redstone. Okay. So there's not a big boost to that, is there? We can blast it. That is a 3-to-4, so that gives you a 33% increase. And I'm not seeing a millstone, right? I'm not seeing one of these for ore processing. So my assumption, therefore, is that we basically want to smelt our ores. There's no reason not to smelt our ores, so we will therefore be smelting our ores. So you can stay in there until we hit 16. How's that sound? Cool. And then that'll be 2. Perfect. Back when it's done smelting. Okay, so that should be pretty cool. So then we want to do one of these and a squeezer, which apparently that will give me 2 things. One, it'll give me a basic fluid tank, which I could have made anyway, but it saves me the iron and redstone from having to do that. And then with you and a button, And you said blaze equals lava? How much lava? Ah, cool. Oh, and you would do better over here. There you go. Quarter of a tank, or a quarter of a bucket. So 4 blaze equals a bucket. Sweet. That works for me. I always appreciate when you know, people can come up with a way to make things new, right? Modded Minecraft has been along for a long time. It's been around here forever at this point, and being able to like say, "Hey, I've never done this before," is rare these days. So I really appreciate when somebody like the FTB team says, "Look, we're going to come up with a new way to do a skyblock start." Like, yeah, in Stone Block we used create, but not this. This is new. I like this, right? There we go. And then all these dusts can go in here. And that looks cool. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, nice. So now we have a bucket of lava, okay? Which was this quest, right? So we get pointed dripstone and a fluid hopper. Getting lava by hopping on a squeezer is a bit time consuming. Once you've gotten a source of power, look into the mechanical squeezer or the magma crucible. Good things to have for sure. Alternatively, you could automate dripstone. If it's hanging from a block that has lava above it, it'll fill the cauldron below. Neato. Okay. So that's a thing. So pointed dripstone. Oh, you can make those with elemental craft? Okay, cool. Crushers can make them as well. Okay. Now, pointed dripstone, is that a silk touch thing? I should go check that. It doesn't say you need silk touch. So what we're saying, right, is if we had a tank and a fluid hopper, and we probably want more cobble for this, right? Probably a safe bet. Let's get like roughly a stack of these little dudes. Why is it that by the time you get a magnet, you're done doing stuff like this, where a magnet would be super useful? Okay, you good, go. And how about like this? Okay. So we're saying like maybe the dripstone, let's have the dripstone be here. So first things first, I do want a space between them. But first things first, let's validate you, and then if I break you with a pick, yes, I get the pointed dripstone back. Just making sure. Look, it's vanilla. I don't know it that well. This is not a surprise to anyone. Dyer's not a vanilla master. And then what, lava right there? I was hoping that would do a thing. You think it has to be like right under it? I mean, it's possible. It did say cauldron. But what we could have, right? That's going to be a healthy amount of iron, but we can make that happen. We can actually immediately make that happen. It's going to be a lot of iron, but having infinite lava at this stage would probably be cool, right? So what if we did this and that? Would that be cool? I'm just doing what the book said. It'll fill the cauldron below. Maybe it needs a little bit of a gap. Could do something like that. Am I missing this? All right, according to the wikis, every random tick, which occurs roughly every 68 seconds, has a 6% chance to fill the cauldron with lava. So, on average, every 19 minutes, this will fill up with a bucket of lava. That is not a method that I will be relying upon. Thank you very much. I guess I'll put my dripstone in here. I'm now a little bit bummed I wasted all that iron on this cauldron. But I guess eventually the cauldron will fill up. So in theory, what I should be able to do is something like this. And maybe you'll suck the lava out of the cauldron and put it in the tank. But also maybe not. We'll see. What I'll probably do is move this thing over to there so that I can... oop, no. Oop, yes. That's cool. So then we'll see if this eventually just fills up with lava. Maybe it will, but I'm not impressed. Not even a little bit. So with that done, now we can get into this way. With access to lava, you can now craft and install a material generator onto a pedestal. For further documentation on pedestals, click here to see its quests. The most immediate use would be placing a stone block under the material generator to provide an unlimited source of cobble for you to sift for resources. Hint, make sure you have the upgrade in your offhand before right-clicking to insert it into the pedestal. Otherwise, you will only put the upgrade on the display. Got it. All right, so there's a whole pedestals chapter here, which looks cool, and I'm very interested in checking it out. So it looks like linking tool, links from the... wow, okay, what is this? Dual-handed crafting. Interesting. So it looks like lapis in your offhand and some kind of stick in your main hand. But we have to click onto a bookshelf? But we want to do the linking tool before we can do that. Well, with regards to the quest, that is true. But I don't know that we necessarily need to do that. So let's start with just doing this. So we can make a... Oh, no, I lied. We totally need a linking tool. So it has to be a bookshelf, right? Accepts any forged bookshelves. Okay. But it looks like it'll take any rod and any gem. Oh, okay. So any like stick and any gem, including lapis. So we can use lapis and that. Let's do a bookshelf then. Because we do need a bookshelf to get this going, and for that we're going to need books. So we need canvas from Farmer's Delight, which is straw. Or I could do leather, obviously, but I figured we could create the passive mob farm. Let's look at this canvas thing, because that might be easier. So we can mill rice to get straw. Or we can cutting board rice to get straw. Probably just cutting board it with any kind of knife, right? Flint knife sounds cool. Cutting board, rice, and wild rice. Okay. That might be doable with what we currently have. That might be doable. So you guys do stick around, Race Crops? Okay, cool. Do I have dirt on me? I don't, but I should consider planting more dirt. I'm glad I planted all those sugarcane, right? Okay, so I do have some straw that we got as a quest reward, which is cool. And what I'll probably wind up doing is just using this. So let's get our 3 canvas. Okay, and that's cool. And then we'll get, I think I had some paper laying around from a quest reward somewhere. But then we'll get 6 of you to make 3 more paper. And that means we can make books times 3, which means we can make a bookshelf. Sweet. Okay. Then we get a lapis and a stick. We put one in one hand, the other in the other hand. And there's your linking tool. Backwards one, but that's okay. I don't know if I meant for it to be a backwards one. Can I, like, reverse that and make it a normal one? I guess not. I'm guessing it doesn't matter. Okay. I mean, that's fine. It's gonna make me a little bit annoyed that it's backwards, but I'll live. So with that done, right, and then, by the way, that should be a quest reward? No, let me guess. It's not a normal linking tool, so... That is a thing. I guess the fact that it was... So offhand should have been the gem. Okay, got it. It didn't look like it mattered, but now I realize that it mattered. Ugh. Is there a way to, like, reverse you? Can I just have my stuff back? I don't want to have to make another thing. Cutting board. I might do this because I really want the quest to complete, right? And then flint. I should have some flint in here somewhere. And then the rice. We have flax. Where'd that rice go? And then we can bone meal it, and we should be cool, right? So what if I got some dirt? Here's what I'm going to do. This should work, right? And then you guys go on here. You think that'll be work? No. Yes? Perfect. Now I just need more sugarcane, unfortunately, which is easier said than done. What I probably want to do then... Is there a watering can? No, there is not a watering can that I can see. And I'm assuming bone meal has not been mod... Oh my goodness, it does. Alright, I lied. Somebody modded bone meal to work on sugarcane, so that'll do for me. Alright, we're going to do this again. So then you guys here. You here. And then now let's be extra careful, but I think it was stick goes in the offhand. And lapis in the main hand, right? Let's validate that. So the backwards tool was stick in the offhand, and that makes backwards. Oh, no, I am doing it backwards. See, this is why we're double checking. That in the offhand, stick in the main hand. Okay. So we'll just reverse you with that, and then... Now we've got a normal linking tool. Okay. Okay. I don't know why a backwards linking tool exists. There might be a purpose to it. Look, I got a quest. Thanks, buddy. Got my bookshelf back. Maybe that doesn't belong in there. That should probably belong in here for now. Alright, so now we can make a pedestal, which just needs smooth stone. So that means smelting up a little bit of cobble. This way, it's an even 16, which will be good. All right, back when that's done crafting. All right, we should be good now with a pedestal, which is cool. And thankfully I do get that. Now for that, we got another bookshelf and a range augment, which is cool. I'll put that bookshelf away. Okay. And then we've got the bucket. That all looks good. Ooh, upgrade tool. This looks neat. I'm into this so far. This is cool. They can move items, fluids, and energy wirelessly, place and break blocks from crops and animals, and more. An unupgraded pedestal will pull from a linked pedestal, but not much else. Additional functionality requires upgrades. That all looks neat. Okay, so let's check out. Hello. I'll get those handed in later. My inventory is full enough, right? Now let's do the material generator. So for you, we're going to need an upgrade base. This upgrade base is just a crafting component. Understood. So we need an upgrade tool and a gold ingot, right? And an upgrade tool is going to be another bookshelf, gold in the offhand, and a stick in the main hand. So I'm assuming that I've got at least one gold over here. Actually, I'm going to do this. That should be safe. And that'll be that. And then I can place down one of those bookshelves that I got as a quest reward. Thank you for that, because that would have been very frustrating. And then this. Now let's make sure I'm doing it in the right direction. Upgrade tool. Offhand should be the gold ingot. I don't know why I want to do this the opposite way all the time, but offhand should be the gold ingot. And that is your upgrade tool. Nice. And then we want another gold ingot for the upgrade base. Okay. So I'm going to do this with a couple of sticks. Is that cool? So then you two come together to form the upgrade base. Now, the question is, have you done anything thus far? I'm really curious to see if this ever works, because I have no idea. But what I can do is easily take 4 more of you guys. Now, it looks like it has to be a regular water bucket, so I'm probably going to need to sieve more gravel to get more iron to get another bucket to get a water bucket. Cool. So let me do this off camera. I'm going to get this blaze powder turned into lava. I'm going to sieve up some more gravel, which requires me getting more cobble, and then we'll be right back. Actually, I'm having so much fun with this pack, I lost track of time. So what I'm going to do instead is everything I just said between episodes. When we come back next episode, we'll get this Pedestals cobblestone generator thing going, and then proceed from there. For now, wrapping up point, so Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's come back next time to get automated cobblestone, and then we'll look into automating all the other things. And then we'll have passive resource gen, and that'll be cool. For now, take it easy.